girls with Punks for Progress. We're here right now in the shelter in Tijuana. These are all people who came from Honduras to Tijuana and they're awaiting asylum. We need your help. I'm going to post a link in this video. Over here you can see some of the stuff we're doing. We brought in diaper donations. We're bringing in food. We have people serving down there. And yeah, we could just really use your help. So thanks so much for watching.
I am here with Just Jules. She is a part of the Punks for Progress family, but you're also involved with, I know I'm going to say this wrong, is it the Minority Human Rights?
It's the Minority Humanitarian Foundation.
See, I can't, for some reason, retain those words. I don't know why. Okay.
Yeah,
Minority Humanitarian Foundation.
Immigrants and refugees, and right now we're doing a lot of efforts down in Tijuana, helping the caravan. And so, yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys a little bit about that.
Oh, man, I so appreciate it. So, because you've been doing a lot. I mean, not only have you been down to where these people are gathering, it's you were doing prep and working with your group to provide supplies. I mean, it's a lot. So, let's see. Why don't we let's back up, I guess, and from the start. Now, I don't know when the start is. I guess it starts in 2009 with the Honduran coup. I don't know, maybe even before that. But let's start with the truck and the diapers. Let's start there.
All right, so the truck and the diapers. Well, basically, what we have right now in Tijuana is a humanitarian crisis. We have about 5,000 people. They're nowhere to go. They're in limbo, waiting for asylum. And, there's children, there's women, there's men. They traveled, several months from Honduras, and they're tired, they need food, they need diapers, so it has to be this big coordinated effort. And so right now, the community is really coming together, and we're working together. We had a state assemblywoman donate truckloads of diapers. I think that as of right now, we have about 100,000 diapers that we collected for them, with food, clothing, everything. They need everything, medicine. And so right now, it's coordinating with all these different groups and getting people to, drive trucks down. And, people, sometimes have been having problems getting things like used clothing over the border, not being let in. And so it just everyone's working together to get everything that, all the donations we have here, down there, and to the people that need the most.
Wow.
And so a lot of people, they don't want to go to where the shelter is because, honestly, it's not in the best area. It's in Tijuana, so people don't go to Mexico at all. And so, we go down there. And it's it's a bit chaotic. There's about 5,000 people, and most of them are outside. So when you first go in, it's like imagine an arena. So you walk in, and there's tents set up everywhere, and most of the men are outside, and they're in tents or they're sleeping on the floor. And when we walked in last night, and there's a man standing up on soapboxes, and they're doing church outside. As soon as you walk in, and people are around him and they're watching. And we go around him, we go towards the back, and the back is gated. And so they're only letting women, children, and families in the back. And so those are people who are sleeping, quote unquote, inside, but it's basically like a big open barn. It's very cold in there. There's hay leading up to the doors where you walk in. And you walk in, and it's just amazing. The first thing that really hit me is how happy the kids were. The kids, you could tell, they've really just been through it. This is a situation where, they feel like, finally they have some stability and they're sleeping, on the floor in, this outdoor barn area. But they're playing soccer and, they're happy and they're laughing. And there's people who have a food kitchen set up there and just amazing people. And, they're feeding 3 times a day. And the food in itself is a huge coordinated effort. And, we're not dealing with that specifically. We're more dealing with the humanitarian side of it, going down and getting people to the doctors. Like last night we went, and there's this girl named Leslie. She's 7 years old. She doesn't walk. She doesn't talk. She has no control over her motor skills. And she's been like that since she was 2. And she's never had a formal diagnosis. Her dad pushed her in a wheelchair from Honduras. It took 2 months to make that journey. Her mom abandoned them when she was little, and he took her, to the border because he needs health care. He wants the answers for his little girl. And so my friend Mark Lane found this girl there, and, we started getting the process of going to the doctor. And last night she went to a neurologist for the first time, and they're trying to get answers for her and some sort of help. Sorry, I just talked for a really long time.
No, I appreciate. I mean, you were sharing pictures of this little girl and her father in our P4P family chat, and just all of our jaws dropped. I mean, it's
you wouldn't believe how hopeful he was too. He's 27 years old, but if you look at him, I mean, he looks like he could be 19. He just seems so happy and hopeful. And we asked him, so what do you think of the conditions here? And right away, bueno. He's like, it's great. He said, this is so much fun. I'm so grateful to be inside. And, he has so much hope for the future. And you've got to do your best to look at him and have your eyes reflect that same hope and just know that you're going to do, whatever it takes to help these people. Because, I mean, they're counting on it. The government's not going to help. It's up to us.
No, the government's going to do worse than the polar opposite of help. In fact, they're going to tear gas these fucking people, and have. I mean, I just think that is probably one of the most telling things. Like, we're on the left perpetually trying to humanize, already marginalized and suffering people for those who don't give a shit or don't care or care about their latest TV show more, right? But to gleefully declare bueno because you're living in a fucking barn? I mean, what must you have been through? What must you have been through? And this is the thing.
He's not even hell-bent on getting into America. He's I'll work in Tijuana, I'll work in America, I'll work wherever I can. I just want health care for my daughter. And, I mean, you look in his eyes and you just see it, he will do whatever it takes for his daughter. I mean, he just wants a better life. And it's just, this is a manufactured crisis. We've always let these people in. This is not about public safety. This is about funding a fucking wall. This is about the wall. This is about, it's militarizing our borders. And it's at the expense of this little girl right now. And that's what, it's so unforgivable.
And they have spent so much time, especially in this latest administration, demonizing these people and making them out to be this violent, horrible threat of, terrorist MS-13, that they can't just, stop telling that lie, that...
And I can tell you, I'm a 5'7" female walking through that place. I didn't feel frightened one time. I mean, they are so grateful. There are people there to help. Everyone there is so nice. I mean, they're just people. They're just people. Yeah. They're people who've just been through trauma, and I can't encourage people enough. If you're in Southern California, if you're in San Diego, if you're in Tijuana, we need volunteers. We need people serving food. There's nothing to be afraid of there. You go there, you walk right in. I mean, I was kind of expecting, federales with, guns on top of tanks, because that's something you see commonly in Mexico. But, I mean, it was actually a very low-key military presence. I mean, federales were there. And, a few of them had machine guns, but it wasn't an overwhelming presence. You pretty much just walk right in, and it's a crisis. People are not busting balls. They know you're there to help. And I really encourage people to go down there and volunteer their time or resources. We need clothing, we need food, we need medicine. You can go to our website, the foundation I work for, Minority Humanitarian Foundation.com, and see about how you can help there. And we need all hands on deck in the situation.
And so it's like, at the risk of sounding like I don't want to minimize the efforts you've already made, but it's like you make one delivery, it's time to start working on the next one. I mean, it's not problem solved with one truckload of supplies. I mean,
we're taking truckloads down every day. And I mean, just the amount of food that's being consumed, and I mean, diapers. This is a marathon.
Can you maybe
constant support? And unfortunately, it's not. I don't know. What I'm afraid of is that the news is going to kind of push this back, and people are going to forget about it, forget this is happening. But the people are there right now. I mean, right now in San Diego, it's raining. It's raining, and there's probably, I would say, 3,500 people outside sleeping in mud. Some in tents, some in tarps, some completely exposed, and then about 1,500, 2,000 women and children huddled in a barn, and it's cold. It's super cold, and we need people there constantly. We need people serving in the rain. We need people bringing truckloads down. I think bringing supplies down is a big thing. A lot of people want to donate, but they're not willing to bring the supplies down themselves. So we need drivers. We need all hands on deck in the situation.
Fantastic. So can people go onto the website and figure out from there, can they contact you there, like verbally, or not verbally, but like, hey, I can drive. Hey, I have tampons.
Absolutely.
Hey, I have, you know.
Yes. And so that website is minorityhumanitarianfoundation.com. And you can contact us. You know, we'll get everyone all coordinated, and, you know, we can do this. And when you go down there, you see what a difference it's making, that people, you know, are standing up, and you know, it's inspiring, meeting all sorts of people you've never met before, and everyone's here for the same reason, because, I mean, people need us right now.
Fucking
I mean, this is messed up. Our government's turning our backs on these people and, you know, demonizing them, and, I mean, man, I don't even have the words sometimes.
Well, I'm going to tell you that I beyond just impressed. I hate using that terminology, but I mean, it is impressive because, look, aside from what a wonderful, necessary thing it is for these, you know, God, these people have been through so fucking much, and they're going to go through a lot more. So that is alone is just astounding that you and your comrades are doing this work and devoting and volunteering your time to do this. But at the same time, too, from an anarcho-syndicalist perspective, this is key and foundational to creating the world that we want to live in. When you see a crisis, when you see someone in need, when you envision a world that you want, you begin to just make it happen. And I think a lot of people are really waking up to this reality that, hey man, politicians aren't going to do stuff for us. When there's a fucking problem, we are going to have to gather together, engage in mutual aid, and tackle these fucking problems. And because, God damn it, if these trucks weren't going there, there would be nothing. They would be sleeping in the mud while starving, with no medical supplies, with no Band-Aids, with no diapers for their babies. It's
100%. Yeah, that's exactly what would be happening. And I mean, the people serving food, I can't even imagine what would happen if they weren't there. I mean, the area that the shelter is in is you know, impoverished itself. I mean, the Mexican people in general, there's been a big pushback. They don't want the refugees there,
right?
And it's really terrible. So they're dealing with it from both sides, and yeah. But people are standing up, and people are helping, and you know, I have faith in the community that, you know, we don't need the government. We can do this ourselves, and you know, if people need help, we're gonna help them, and every step of the way, from food to getting them the asylum. Tomorrow morning, my friend Mark is actually taking the little girl who we took to the hospital.
Uh-huh.
He's helping them go to the border and actually do the asylum paperwork. He got them a number, and you know, he's moving the process along for them. And obviously, there's an urgency issue with her, you know, medical condition.
Right.
And so, I mean, every step of the way, you know, it's gonna be a long haul, and there's thousands of more people headed up. So
the struggle goes on. Damn, Jules, thank you so much for coming on and telling us this amazing these story. To put us in touch with these people and what they're a glimpse of what they're going through is just a wonderful privilege to experience. So I really appreciate you doing that. And so all you guys out there, definitely look up, say the name of the website again.
MinorityHumanitarianFoundation.com.
Hit them up. You can do stuff. Fucking A, Jules, thank you so much for hanging out.
Word, homie. Have a good night. Thank you.
You too. And keep sharing stuff to the Facebook page, and keep following our Facebook page, because she's been sending updated photos. She admins there, and so she'll keep you up to date what's going on with this effort. So,
all right, guys. Have a good night.
Cool. Thanks, Jules.
Bye.
Hi, this is Jules from Minority Humanitarian Foundation, and also a moderator from Punks for Progress. We're here in Tijuana right now, and these are the people from Honduras who travel with the caravan. They're awaiting asylum right now. Could really use your help. Right now we're taking donations of food, tents, clothing, medicine, diapers. You can go to our website at www.minorityhumanitarianfoundation.com and learn more about how you can help. Thanks so much.